All right. Good morning, guys. Welcome to my Monday morning rant for Monday, the 11th of January, 2021. I'm really busy at the moment, actually. I am helping Christy's mum, Rachel, organize a charity cruise for Black Dog. Um, she's so super passionate about it. Like, I was really drunk last night, and Rachel was really drunk last night, and she called me, and we just had a really good chat about it. And she's just so passionate about this thing. You know, we her heart's in the right place for it, but being her first ever event, she is really worried about sharing this event on social media, which is understandable. I think you never know how many people are going to turn up to these things, and it's not a car meet; it's a car cruise. So, if you're talking more than 50 cars, it's already going to be a bit of a nightmare. If you have 100 cars there or 1,000 cars there, it would just shit would hit the fan for sure. So, um, it's not so much about generating money for charity; it's more about creating awareness. So maybe for the first round, we're thinking to just invite certain people from the automotive scene, people who I know, their closest friends, Rachel's friends. Um, we might try to keep it to like 30 cars or so and document the thing and then use the features that we create out of it. I'll probably get Sam Law to tag along and be the official photographer for the day. Um, just use that to create awareness, and it would be a really good start. And I'm sure there's going to be good vibes and it'd be much more controlled. I mean, ultimately, we would want to open it up to everybody, but that might be at a later date. I think keeping it small and sweet will probably be the best way to go about it. But yeah, I've started developing some text for it. I've got a name for it. Now I have to create some graphics for it. So I will be busy working on that this week. The date for that cruise is going to be the 28th of February. So I've got a little bit of time to work on it. And I'm off the top of my head, I have a few people that I would love to invite, just guys from the car scene that I used to hang out with a lot and haven't seen in a long time. So I think it'll be like a reunion of sorts, which will be great. Um, I've also been shooting a fair bit, so I've got photos to edit, and I will be shooting a lot this week as well. I've got a shoot later on today and another one on Friday. Um, it's good because I was starting to dry up on content for my Patreon, and I do like to post every single day to my Patreon. I know that might be a bit excessive, but it's just what I like to do. So I've got a lot of photos to edit, and will have a lot more photos to edit this week. Um, I don't really know what to rant about this week. I'm just happy that I've got a lot on my plate this week, and it feels good because I've had a few quiet weeks recently. Um, I did get banned off Facebook. I've had a few strikes on Instagram, and I even had a thumbnail on a video removed off YouTube. And it's like a fucking trifecta, right? Like all three platforms that I don't own, fair call, but the three largest social media platforms are just back on it. Like they seem to have flagged my accounts, and it looks like they're watching it, and um, I'm just under scrutiny. So, even with my Patreon, I did have a warning quite a while back and had to remove a whole bunch of photos that they considered to be pornography. And I do not shoot pornography. Like, it's everything that I shoot is with an artistic eye. And it just really frustrates me. Like, a lot of people are suggesting that I start an OnlyFans, and if I do, I'm going to make the big bucks. But I think OnlyFans is a porn platform primarily, and um, I have a background as a graphic designer, so I worked really fucking hard to get to where I am, and I'm keen to hold on to that respect that I've earned, and I don't want to taint it with creating an OnlyFans because let's be honest, like these guys that are paying small amounts of money to see a whole lot of shit, like really revealing stuff, basically porn, right? And they're not the real fans. Like then they're just there to check out some smut and um you know they'll hop around and check out different accounts, and sometimes it's only like $5 or $2 to see all this shit. And I always say to the girls, like, if you're gonna do OnlyFans, let me shoot the OnlyFans stuff. Hey Mia, let me shoot it for you because I can do it in such a more classy, suggestive way as opposed to just on like an iPhone shot of a pussy, right? Where it's so detailed and everything's in focus and everything's so gross, you know. So um it's interesting, like even with Viv, like we were doing so well on Patreon, and as soon as she created an OnlyFans, we started losing a lot of money on Patreon. And the guys, there were always a few guys on Patreon that were like, why are your photos blurry? Why is your pussy out of focus? And some people don't get it, some people just want the smart. And um I suppose it's proof that her OnlyFans is making way more money than her Patreon now. But at the same time, the guys on OnlyFans aren't happy with what they're seeing and they want to see more. They want to see blowjobs, they want to see sex and stuff. And um, a few of the girls that I shoot with, I hate to be a bummer. I hate to be this negative kind of downer guy, but like I'm always trying to get them to just be a little bit careful with what you are posting on OnlyFans. Like, again, they're not your true fans, and uh, the money is great, but like you need a mass amount of people at a small entry fee to make that money. And that shit might not go away, right? Like whatever you put up on the internet might float around for quite some time. And um a lot of these girls are quite young, in their early or mid 20s. And even Sasha, this girl that I shot with yesterday, like she's now an apprentice at a tattoo shop, and she's an amazing artist. She draws so well, and it's so awesome to hear that she's getting into being a tattoo designer, like a tattoo artist. Like it's just, oh, I'm so happy for her because I think I have all the respect in the world for strippers and escorts and stuff like that. But like, let's face it, like there's just so much stigma around it, and there's just so much. It's such an uphill battle. You're going against the grain so hard that like when you finally find something that you can be passionate about that is more largely accepted, it's just a huge weight lifted off your shoulders. I can't fucking talk because like I suppose it was easier for me being a graphic designer than being a photographer. Um, choosing to shoot what I shoot. But um, I'm really happy for Sasha. She's super psyched. I mean, being an apprentice tattoo artist, you don't get any money and you got to work really fucking hard hours. But I'm like, well, that's the blood, sweat, and tears you got to put in order to get somewhere. So um, it's awesome. Like at the moment, she's paying me for shoots, but I am more than happy to shoot classier shit for her OnlyFans in exchange for a tattoo every month. Like I'm gonna be inked up this year. I'm really looking forward to it, and she's fucking awesome too. So I can't think of anyone better than her right now to just get tattoos from. So yeah, this whole Patreon versus OnlyFans, like um I just really don't know. Like half of me thinks that okay, if I did set up an OnlyFans, I could at least share the more erotic stuff that I do shoot that I can't share on my Patreon. Um, but yeah, and I could make more money. I'm sure I could make more money. I'm sure I could make a few, quite a few $1,000s a month, maybe $5,000-6,000 a month. But I don't know if my image and my career and everything would benefit from starting an OnlyFans. And I like Patreon that it's about artists and it's about art, and I find that much more just easier to swallow for me. So right now, I'm thinking to keep it on Patreon. Yeah, it doesn't make as much money as it used to. I do charge a $5 tier for stuff that I can't post on socials, and I do have a $50 tier for the more revealing stuff, which I'm just so thankful I do have some fans out there that actually appreciate the artwork and the shots. And $50 a month US, by the way, is not cheap. But the fact that they continue to support me, I mean, photography is what I do full time. So what I make from the girls paying me per month and Patreon is it for me right now. Um, and I'm so glad that I'm not into any crazy hobbies where if I was modifying a car right now, well, fuck, I need to get a job, right? Because I just would need so much more money to buy mods. But right now I'm not spending any time hunting shit down on Yahoo auctions Japan or eBay, or I'm just not spending my money on anything but food, right? So yeah, I think I'll keep the Patreon going. It fits well for what I do. Um, and I'm going to give OnlyFans a miss. And, the more girls that I shoot with, the more I'm going to keep trying to convince them to not share porn on OnlyFans. Like, you don't need to put videos of dildo play or some guy fucking you, and um, I just, I just, it just doesn't sit right with me. So, yeah, sorry guys if you're into that shit, but you can just go to fucking Pornhub or whatever and check it out for free, anyways, right? So, um, I'm gonna wrap it up. I have a shoot on in a couple of hours, and I'm busy editing shots, and I'm just in the zone at the moment. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Cheers for listening. I shall catch you guys in the next one. See yous.